In this video, we are going to discuss exceptions to the octet rule. So, octet rule we have discussed in the earlier videos, where we have discussed if the atom has 8 electrons, the outermost orbital, that atom is as stable as noble gases. In covalent bonding, the atoms share their electrons to get octet structure. That means 8 electrons in the outermost orbital. In some cases, the atom will not have 8 electron, instead it will have less than 8 electron or more than 8 electron. That means the central atoms do not obey the octet rule. That is what we call it as exception to the octet rule. So this is in some molecules it's possible. So this exceptions to the octet rule we will learn under 3 headings. One is the molecules with electron deficient central atom. That means the atom will not have 8 electron, less than 8 electron. Second one, the molecules with expanded valence shell. That means that central atom will have more than 8 electron. The third one, molecules with odd electron. So we will learn one by one. First you take the molecules with electron deficient central atom. So you take an example, beryllium fluoride. Draw the Lewis dot structure for this one. First you count the valence electron. So beryllium has 2 electrons in the valence shell. Fluorine 7. We have 2 fluorine atoms, so 14. So total we have 16 valence electron. Now this is the central atom. So beryllium is the central atom and the skeletal structure will be like this, and you draw the single bond between atoms, and all these things we have discussed in the last video. Now you have 2 bonds, and so bonded electron will be 4 that you subtract from the total. So you will be getting as 12. The remaining 12 electrons you have to distribute as lone pair. So here 6 electron, here 6 electron. So this is the structure you are getting. Now check whether each atom gets 8 electron. This fluorine 6 plus 2 8. This fluorine also 6 plus 2 8. But this beryllium has only 2 bonds, that means only 4 electron. So you convert this lone pair into the bond pair. You can do like this. Now you can get the next structure. So fluorine, double bond, beryllium, and then double bond fluorine. So this fluorine has 2 electron, that is 2 lone pair, and this fluorine also has 2 lone pair. Now this is taken as the structure 1 and this is structure 2. So which structure is correct? For that we have to go for formal charge calculation. So formal charge can be calculated using the formula NV minus NL plus the number of bonds. So here the NV is the valence electron, number of valence electron, NL is the lone pair of electron. So first you take for fluorine, you calculate in the first structure. So you take the first structure, for fluorine we can calculate. So valence electron for fluorine is 7 minus the lone pair of electron here 6 plus the number of bonds 1, that will be equal to 0. So each fluorine, both the fluorines, they are having 0 as the formal charge. Now you take the beryllium. So you take beryllium, for that you calculate. Valence electron for beryllium 2 minus, there is no lone pair, so 0, and then you have only 2 bonds, so 2, that will be equal to 0. So now beryllium is also having 0 as the formal charge. Now you go to the second structure. In second structure, for fluorine we will calculate. So if you calculate for fluorine, valence electron 7 minus lone pair you have 4. So 4 and then plus only 2 bonds are attached to this fluorine. So 2. That will be equal to plus 1. So both the fluorines are having plus 1 as the formal charge. Now you calculate for beryllium. So when you calculate for beryllium, beryllium valence electron 2 minus, there is no lone pair. So 0 plus Number of bonds 2 and 2. So totally 4. So that will be equal to, you are getting as minus 2. So beryllium as minus 2. Now which structure is correct? For that we have seen certain guidelines in the last video. So where we have discussed if the formal charge is equal to 0 on all atoms, then that is taken as the preferred structure. The second one, the formal charge if it is negative, then it must be on most electronegative atom. So based on this, the first structure where you have formal charge 0 on all atoms, so that structure is taken as a correct structure. In the second structure, the most electronegative atom, fluorine, is having positive formal charge. So the second structure is highly unstable. So this structure is not at all correct structure. So only the first structure where you have all formal charge equal to 0, that is taken as the correct structure. Now in this structure, the beryllium has only 2 bonds. So beryllium in beryllium fluoride where you have only 2 bonds, and so it has only 4 electrons. That means it is not having 8 electrons, so it is considered as electron deficient central atom. So it will come under exception to the octet rule. The second one, we take this example, boron trichloride. So you draw the Lewis dot structure. First you calculate the valence electron. Boron has 3 valence electron. Chlorine, each chlorine 7. So 3 chlorine. So totally 21. So total number of valence electron 24. Now decide the central atom. So boron is the central atom and skeletal structure you will be getting like this. This is the skeletal structure and you have draw the single bond between atoms. So 3 bonds, so totally 6 electrons you have to subtract from this one. So you are getting 18 and this 18 electron you have to write it as a lone pair. So you will be getting the lone pair like this. So each chlorine gets 3 lone pairs of electrons like this. Now check whether all atoms get 8 electrons. So chlorine when you check it gets, so 6 plus 2 8. But boron is having only 3 bonds. So totally 6 electrons. It is electron deficient. It is in need of 2 electrons. Now you can convert this lone pair and shift over here so that you will be getting the next structure like this. That is boron, double bond, chlorine, single bond, chlorine, and then single bond, chlorine. Now this chlorine is having totally 6 electrons and this chlorine only 4. That is 2 lone pairs. 1 lone pair gets shifted and this chlorine is getting 6 electrons. So you take this as the structure 1 and you take this as the structure 2. So these are the 2 structures we have. Now which structure is correct? For that we have to do the formal charge calculation. So formal charge if you calculate for the first structure, in the case of boron trichloride, you take for chlorine. So chlorine valence electron will be equal to 7 minus the lone pair. So totally 6 you have. And the number of bonds 1. That is equal to 0. So for chlorine we are getting 0 as the formal charge. In all the cases we are getting as 0. But for boron when you calculate, boron valence electron 3 minus and then lone pair, there is no lone pair and number of bonds 3. So there is no lone pair 0, number of bonds 3. That is equal to 0. So for boron also we are getting 0. So now this is the preferred structure, but we'll check whether why this structure is not possible. For that you need not to go for chlorine because chlorine the same structure you have, so 0 will be the formal charge and for this chlorine alone we will calculate in the second structure. So when you calculate for chlorine we will be getting 7 minus number of lone pairs 4 and then bond 2 bonds are attached. So you are getting plus 1. So this is for chlorine in the second structure. You are getting plus 1. And for boron when you calculate, you are getting boron Valence electron 3 minus there is no lone pair, so 0, and then bonds you have 2 and then 2 4. So you are getting as minus 1. So here for chlorine plus 1 and for boron minus 1. And since the most electronegative atom chlorine is getting plus 1 charge and this structure is highly unstable. So it is not preferred. Only this structure is preferred where you have all formal charges equal to 0. Now in this structure the boron has only 3 bonds. And it has 3 bonds, therefore it has only 6 electrons. It is not having 8 electrons, only 6 electrons. So it is considered as electron deficient central atom, and so this comes under exception to the octet rule. Next we'll go to the molecules with expanded valence shell. So expanded valence shell means they will have more than 8 electrons. Expanded, in the valence shell there is more than 8 electrons. Example, you can take phosphorus pentachloride. First we will draw the Lewis dot structure. For that you count the valence electron. Phosphorus has 5 electrons and you have totally 5 chlorine, and each chlorine will have 7 electrons, so totally 35. So total number of valence electron is 40. Now phosphorus is taken as the central atom, and you can have chlorine like this, and one chlorine can draw like here and another chlorine here. So now you draw the single bond between atoms. You will be getting like this. And now subtract totally 5 bonds, so 10 electrons you subtract from this one, you will be getting 30. And these 30 electrons you have to distribute as a lone pair. So each chlorine will get 6 electrons. So like this they will get 6 electrons. So totally 5 chlorines we have. So each chlorine gets 6 electrons, so 30. Now this phosphorus has 5 bonds. So this phosphorus in phosphorus pentachloride has 5 bonds. That means it has 10 electrons. So it is more than 8. It comes under exceptions to octet rule. So that is why it is called as expanded valence shell. The central atom is having expanded valence shell, more than 8 electron in the valence shell. So this is one example. Next one example, you can take sulfur hexafluoride. So first draw the Lewis dot structure. Sulfur valence electron 6, fluorine 6 fluorine. So 7 electron in each fluorine, so 42. So you will be getting 48 as the total electron. So sulfur is the central atom, and skeletal structure you will be getting like this. So this is skeletal structure, and draw single bond between atoms. And this is you are getting, and this sulfur it has totally, this sulfur hexafluoride has totally 6 bonds. So 6 bonds means you have to subtract 12 electrons. So you will be getting 36. So I distribute this 36 electron as lone pair. So each fluorine will get 6 electrons. So totally we have 6 fluorine. So 6 into 6, 36. So all the 36 electrons are distributed as lone pair around fluorine. And this sulfur, it has 6 bonds. So 6 bonds it has. So totally 12 electrons. That means it has more than 8 electrons. So it comes under expanded, that is molecules with expanded valence shell, and it is an exception to octet rule. So these are the example, and here the sulfur and phosphorus, they will belong to third row of the periodic table, where they will have empty d orbital, and this empty d orbitals, they will be taking part in bond formation. So next we will go to molecules with odd electron. So you take an example, nitric oxide. First you draw the structure. Valence electron for nitrogen is 5, oxygen valence electron 6, total number of valence electron 11. So you can have nitrogen, oxygen, a single bond you draw, and only one bond, so you subtract 2 from this 11. So when you subtract 2, you will be getting 9. You distribute this 9 electron as lone pair. So you will be getting like this: 6 on oxygen and 2, 8, and then 1 will be present as an odd electron. And you shift this lone pair over here, so you will be getting the next structure like this: double bond oxygen. And this oxygen has only 4 electrons now, that is 2 lone pair. 1 lone pair gets shifted. Now this nitrogen has 1 lone pair and 1 odd electron. Now when you calculate the formal charge for this structure, for this oxygen, if you calculate in this structure, oxygen has 6 valence electron, lone pair 4, number of bonds 2. So you are getting 0. So 0 is the formal charge on oxygen. Then when you calculate for nitrogen in this structure, nitrogen valence electron 5, and then lone pair 2 plus 1 3, and number of bonds 2. So that is equal to 0. So you are getting 0. So this structure is preferred over that structure. Now here in this structure, this nitrogen is having 3, then 2, and here 2. So totally only 7 electrons. So 2, 4, 6 plus 1, 7 electrons. So it is not 8, it is 7. It is less than 8. So it comes under exceptions to octet rule, and it also has 1 odd electron. That is why it comes under molecules with odd electron. Sometimes it acts as a free radical. It is highly reactive. Next we will go to nitrogen dioxide. First draw the Lewis dot structure. So nitrogen has 5 electron, 2 oxygen atom, 1 oxygen, 6 valence electron, so 2, so 12. So therefore totally 17 valence electron. So nitrogen as the central atom, here 1 oxygen, here 1 oxygen. Draw single bond, so you have 2 bonds, so you have to subtract 4 electrons. You are getting 13 as the remaining electron. So distribute this remaining electron. So you are getting 6 here and here 6. In each oxygen has 6 electron, and then you have 1 more remaining electron, and that remaining electron you write here. So totally you are getting 13 electron. Now you shift this lone pair over here, so you will be getting oxygen, single bond, nitrogen, double bond, oxygen. Now this oxygen has 6 electron, and this nitrogen 1 electron, and this oxygen only 4 electrons, because 1 lone pair gets shifted, remaining 2 lone pairs. Now you calculate the formal charge in this structure. So when you calculate for this oxygen, you will be getting 6 valence electron minus 4 lone pair and 2 bonds. That would be equal to 0. So you are getting 0 as the formal charge for this oxygen. And for this oxygen, when you calculate 6 valence electron minus and 6 lone pair of electrons plus and only 1 bond. So you are getting minus 1 as the formal charge here. And for this nitrogen, valence electron 5, and then lone pair only 1 electron plus number of bonds 3. So here 2 and here 1, 3. So totally you are getting plus 1. So this nitrogen gets the formal charge as plus 1. So and this is preferred structure because the most electronegative atom, oxygen, gets the negative charge, negative formal charge. So because of that, this gets the most preferred structure. And here this nitrogen has 2, 4, 6 plus 1, 7 electrons, only 7 electrons, it is not 8. So it comes under exceptions to octet rule, and it also having an odd electron, therefore it comes under molecules with odd electron. So these are the exceptions to octet rule. Thank you for watching.